So settle in, settle down, and shut up. I'm Uncle, whatever the fuck it is you call me, and today I want to talk to you kids about the government. It's a hell of a thing, kids, belonging to a society. And we all do. We all belong to society. We're all part of it. Look at your finger. Look at it. Just, is your finger your stomach? No, it's your finger. But is it part of your body? Yes. Is your stomach part of your body? Yes. So what is your body? It's all the parts, and it works best when they're all working together. Now imagine if you were just trying to walk down the street, but while you were walking, your finger kept trying to stab your stomach. That would make it pretty hard to walk. Now wouldn't it? Well, that's what society is like. It's like all of humanity is one big ant hive, all an interconnected web of flesh and words and ideas and hugs and punches. See, kids, there's a lot of people out there who will tell you that we gotta fight the government. We gotta smash the government. And that's like the foot saying we gotta kill the brain. Then we'll be free to walk where we want without the brain telling us what to do. Here's the thing. The body needs a brain, and human society needs government, or else the human society doesn't exist. And through existing, we get a lot of neat stuff, like medicine and language and art and culture and conversation and cooking and a lot of other really neat stuff that wild animals will never get to experience. That's not for them. That's for us. We're special and they're not. Well, they're special for other reasons. But the point is, well, I forget. Let's move on. Why did we form governments? We formed governments to help give our lives structure, to protect ourselves from forces that would threaten the body of society. But now society has grown into this massive thing that can war with itself very effectively. These can be wars of violence, and these can be wars of finance. And again, these can be wars of ideas. I'm talking about crystalline visions of impossible radiance. Radiance? Created to be dropped down into the waiting, tepid minds that will be forever shattered by their experiences. So how can you take part in society and the government? You can vote, if that makes you happy. Your vote doesn't count for much, though. What's better is if you can take part in activities. You go to rallies, you go to government meetings, and you talk to other people. You don't have to be just one person. You can belong to a larger group, and then get that group to do cool shit. Like, say you're super into dinosaurs. You could just cast one vote for a dinosaur. Oh man, one dinosaur, one vote. You know what I'm saying? You could cast one vote for a dinosaur, or you could spend time making people more aware of dinosaurs and of their dinosaur political views. You could introduce people to the idea of dinosaurs in positions of social and economic influence. And then maybe you could have a dinosaur leader, a ruler, maybe like a T-Rex or a Brontosaurus, one of those big leaf-eating guys who don't take crap from nobody. That's just an example, but it's one of the many ways in which you can participate in society and with the government. The government was originally created back in the 1600s by a small tribe of rural hobos who accidentally discovered the government while attempting to create a cheap substitute for firewood. The king of the hobos, Ratty Fatguts Billingham, was crowned the first president of the United States, but then he was kicked out of office when it was revealed that he was really just 6 geese in a large coat. The most important thing to know about the government is that it's full of bees. You can hear them if you listen closely, especially at night. The bees are in the gears of society, spreading pollen and disinformation. They do this to keep the humans from becoming too politically powerful. This has been going on for over 50 years, and it's known as the Silent Honey War. It's just as deadly as it is delicious. The other thing you should know about the government is that every Christmas, It will rise as a single entity and run around with no pants on, proclaiming itself to be a new god for a new era. An era of electromagnetic pancakes and rabid squirrels. The government will continue to do this for a week or so until somebody finally sneaks up behind it and batters it with some sort of a bat or a club. Other popular types of social clubs. What am I saying? Another popular type of social club is the fruit bat. They're an animal that loves to talk and dance and can often be seen committing various forms of financial fraud in the banking district of your own city. Have you seen one today? Maybe you did, and you just didn't know it. You stupid idiot. Maybe you should open your eyes a bit wider and stop picking your nose all the time. There are many offices in the government. There's federal and judicial, and there's also raspberry, monkey butts, and lime. Lime is the most powerful office of the government, as it's both a flavor and a color. Can you do more than one job at once, kids? That's what it's like to be in the government. You gotta be able to juggle a lot of balls, all at once. Big balls. You can't be afraid of them. One time the government broke down for a bit. We're not sure when it happened because all the clocks and calendars were tied into the government, so we lost all of our temporal information as well. Maybe it was Wednesday. Maybe it wasn't. We'll never be sure. All we really know is that while the government was down, no cartoons or pizzas got made. And eventually, people became hungry and unhappy. It was a dreary time, a decade that became known as the Grateful Dead for reasons we didn't realize would become highly ironic over time. Every country has a government. Some are large and covered in thick hair. Some are small and shy and can often be found stealing eggs from the nests of other birds. Some governments are rather minty, while others leave a long-lasting burning sensation all throughout your body. At least one government is made entirely of dice, and this is what's known as a risky business. They even made a movie about it, starring some guy. I don't know. I didn't see that movie. I don't see a lot of movies. Did you see that other movie? I wrote a review about it. Did you watch the review? Go back and watch the review. Anyway, the most important thing about any government is to keep it watered. Some governments like to be watered with the blood of patriots, while other governments prefer to drink booze from a dirty cup. It's not hygienic, but it is tasty, and that's what's most important to some governments. Governments can quickly become dry, dusty things, and if not handled properly, will degrade into a fine sand due to their brittleness. Have you ever seen a government? Could you draw a picture of it? What would you say it smells like? Write your answers down on a piece of paper, and then burn the paper. Nobody cares what you think, not even the government. Anyway, that's the government, and that's what you need to know about it. As always, I've been Uncle whatever it is that you feel like calling me, and this has been my special show for jerks and creeps and funny-looking little dogs. Thank you, thank you kids so much for listening to me and try not to forget all the things that I taught you. Because you never know, it might just save your life one day. You might think that you got everything all figured out, and then all of a sudden, fucking whoop-de-doo, fucking a crazy amazing thing will happen, and you'll be like, oh, thank God I knew about that other stuff. That really helped get me through this situation. All right, so That's all I have to say to you today, kids. That's the secrets of the government. And I've been Uncle Hoogie McCall. All right, have a nice day, kids. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, that's all she wrote.